Snow squalls, they were quite an issue this morning, weren't they? Did it catch you by surprise? Yeah, that band off Lake Ontario, it perfectly aligned, and places like Oakville, Burlington, Hamilton this morning saw whiteout conditions. It was a pain to get to work, to get the kids to school with that extra snow on the ground, low visibility in the atmosphere. And this is a look at some of the watches and warnings that will remain. Really, the snow squall bands, though, that's what's going to get you up into 15 centimeters of snow right along the lake shores. It's going to be messy, and Kevin Yard, well, he found out just that earlier today. Yeah, very light and fluffy snow. You could almost take a leaf blower and sort of blow it right off the driveway. So let's see what it was doing on the highways. Here's Kasia Badurka.
Okay, got it. You got that? All right, we're going to send it to you inside with more on your weather story.
I liked his first tip. Yeah, just stay in bed. Today is not an ideal day for travel throughout the Greater Toronto Area. It's nothing in comparison to what the eastern seaboard is going to see. Yeah, taking you up through Boston, New York, into Atlantic Canada. It's a disaster, really, a super snowstorm. But today, yes, the snow squalls will continue. A weak system will come through overnight as well and just drop additional amounts of snow down through the Niagara region. So overall today, very snowy if you are from Toronto, wrapping around Lake Ontario in through the Niagara region. Other than that, up through the north, it's a great day. We do see this huge system here, though. This is a really big weather story. Multiple closures if you're traveling out through New York or Boston. Quite the headache. And this system here will bring us snow. That's going to be Thursday night, Wednesday night rather, in through Thursday. Lake effect snow, that's what you're seeing behind me here. This is what you drove to work in this morning, dropped the kids off to school. I know, it was a mess anywhere through Mississauga, Oakville, Burlington, Hamilton. Whiteout conditions, very slick out on the highways. It was quite trouble to drive through. And this is Kasia Badurka with more on, well, some tips on driving in these snow squalls.
I'm doing the quote, "I'm so cold" dance out here in Oakville, Ontario.
Okay, keep off the brakes and steer in the right direction because these snow squalls are going to last throughout the day today. Watches and warnings are in place. If you live right along the lake shores, this is the area that could see the highest amount of snow. 15 centimeters, quite possible. And it depends exactly how these bands line up, how strong they are, how long they're targeting the same area for. So that's why we do have the 15 plus centimeters here, because if it is quite stationary, yeah, 20 centimeters isn't out of the question when we are dealing with snow squalls like these. So remember, for the whiteout conditions, have you checked out the snow? It's very light and very fluffy snow, so all you need is a wind to come by, and yeah, you're in a whiteout condition. And speaking of whiteout conditions, look at this. The blizzard watches and warnings, 30 million people affected by this system. It really is just over the top. Boston Airport, they have said we're closing down at 7 p.m. tonight. This is Logan, closing down at 7 p.m. tonight, and we are not reopening until late day Wednesday. That is how significant this storm is. Now, for us at home in the Greater Toronto Area, dealing with the lake effect snow today, we do have a system coming through for us. This is the big weather maker. This is the super snowstorm. But our next chance of seeing some snow, that's going to be Wednesday with this guy here, late Wednesday in through Thursday. That's when 5 to 15 centimeters of snow is possible throughout Ontario. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about this, the snow that many of us saw this morning. And did it catch you by surprise? Maybe you walked out and thought, oh, wow, I have to shovel the driveway. I have to dust off the car. It's snow squalls, and snow squalls, tough to depict on how much snow they'll drop, really. So driving has been tricky, whiteout conditions as well. You'll notice that the snow is a very light and fluffy kind of snow. So as a wind comes by, yes, very low visibility, and that's what Kevin Yard found out earlier today. A cold day today, a snowy day as well, but it could be worse. Yeah, it could be a lot worse. Let me show you what's going on in the States. Hamper travel. Make it tough to get home tonight, so think about that as you're planning the route home, planning to pick up the kids as well. As we look into this afternoon, still seeing those winds coming out of the east, so that targets, again, Toronto, wrapping all the way around into Niagara Falls. You're the area that's going to be getting the snow from these snow squalls. You're in the target zone. This here is the big system that is set to impact the Atlantic seaboard all the way up and towards the Atlantic Canada. It's really just going to be a messy mix. For us, high pressure comes into place tomorrow, but late day Wednesday, Wednesday in through Thursday, this system will come through, and this could mean around 5 to 15 centimeters of snow. Temperatures, they are going to remain quite cool throughout this week. Wind chills coming into play for the city of Toronto, Hamilton as well. So brace for the snow and brace for the cold. Well, this was a snowy start to the week, wasn't it? Rachel Schoutsen here with you. It's the last Monday in January, and it's a little bit of a tough Monday, isn't it? I know. Some extra time getting to work today, low visibility out on the road, slushy conditions, slippery conditions, and these snow squalls, you can see them behind me here. This is just outside of our studios. They will be continuing, and I wouldn't doubt if that gets, well, shifted towards your direction. This being 15 plus centimeters of snow. The plus sign's on there because if these bands remain stationary, well, they will just continue to target the same regions with some snow. So if you live especially along the lake shores, high amounts of snow can be expected today. Light, fluffy snow, and that's what Kevin Yard was discovering earlier today along Lakeshore. Yeah, I love that, guys. Thank you very much for, well, stopping along the way to talk to Kevin there. Now, walking was tough in the snow, but driving on the highway, that was even worse. Kasia Baderka has those details right now.
The experts. Okay, to you inside now with your weather story.
And you can really see how quickly that snow is accumulating. They've just been outside for a few minutes there to shoot that interview, so starting to develop on their hat, on his beard there. So quick snowfall totals here, pretty high. Now, as we look at some of what's going on into the afternoon, the winds will continue out of the east, continue to bring those snow squalls, will start to die down throughout the overnight. And when we talk about the big snowstorm, well, that's happening on the eastern seaboard. This really is just so intense. Multiple closures, flight delays. It is going to be quite the system, and we're tracking it here at the Weather Network. Throughout Ontario, this is our next chance of snow. This is Wednesday night in through Thursday. Possible 15 centimeters of snow for some regions. More on that all coming up, and then the cool weather throughout this week. Thanks for being here with us on this very snowy Monday. Yeah, I'm sure you needed some extra time to get the kids off to school this morning. Scrape off the car, clear the driveway, clear the porch, because these snow squalls, they were pretty powerful. This is a look at our Oakville studios right now. You can see the snow continues to fall, and that's why watches and warnings are snow along the lake shores. But these bands, sometimes very persistent. That's why we have the 15 plus there. Some areas could see up to 20 centimeters of that very light and fluffy snow. And Kevin Yard, well, he was experiencing just that earlier today. Yeah, sometimes when you think of just snow squalls, you don't realize how serious they can be, how slippery they can make the highways. Yeah, it's not a big snowstorm that's rolling through like what they're seeing out on the East Coast, but this is still enough to, well, send driving conditions into a bit of a disaster. It looked pretty bad out there on the Burlington Skyway this morning. So today the winds will continue out of that easterly direction, quite a bit of fetch. The distance that the wind has to travel over the relatively warm body of water that is Lake Ontario. So the snow squalls will continue to develop throughout the day today. This system here, what a big snowstorm. This is causing huge closures of airports and highways, and this will continue on into Atlantic Canada. Notice this. This is our next chance of snow Wednesday in through Thursday. Snow, so all you need is a wind to come by, and yeah, you're in a whiteout condition. And speaking of whiteout conditions, look at this. The blizzard watches and warnings, 30 million people affected by this system. It really is just over the top. Boston Airport, they have said we're closing down. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about this, the snow that many of us saw this morning. And did it catch you by surprise? Maybe you walked out and thought, oh, wow, I know. Some extra time getting to work today, low visibility out on the road, slushy conditions, slippery conditions, and these snow squalls, you can see them behind me here. This is just outside of our studios. They will be continuing throughout the day today.